Breitling Orbiter 3, about 25 years ago this year, was the balloon that did succeed to fly around the world. It took off from Switzerland and it went southwest, which was the wrong direction, but until it got over the Sahara Desert, and then it found the jet stream moving east, and it traveled across the whole Sahara Desert, across Saudi Arabia, across India, across a bit of China. The Chinese were very difficult about granting permission, but they granted permission only south of a certain line. And any flight like this, it's a question of using the meteorology to find the balloon's track in the way you want it to go. And it was quite inconvenient, but they did manage to steer south of the line. But they then came out onto the Pacific, not in the best position. And the meteorologist had to study what to do then. And they actually got them to fly low and fly in a certain direction to where they would pick up a jet stream that did not yet exist, but which was forecast to exist. And they managed to find that and go across the Pacific. But we were in the control center, and we got a message from Bertrand Piccard, the pilot, to say that he had just put away one chart, which was entirely blue. And he said he's got out the next chart and it's entirely blue. And he was somewhat depressed about this because the Pacific is just such a big stretch. But eventually they got to Central America, and we asked them if they'd like us to do the fuel calculations to figure out whether they could make it to Africa. And they said no, they're going to try it anyway because they'll never get as close as this again. So they went out, and it was touch and go. But as they were going across the Atlantic, the airstream began to accelerate in a way that hadn't been forecast, which was a great advantage because the fuel calculations, which were touch and go, suddenly started to look better and better, and eventually it wasn't necessary to do them at all. And they reached the west coast of Africa, and then they in fact had enough duration to fly over the entire Sahara Desert once again, and they landed in Egypt. And so that was the first flight around the world, the longest flight in distance and duration of any aircraft in the atmosphere.